Hello all, it's time for the December message. I'm a couple days late, but you've seen all the new improvements to the masterclass section. We have a new archive section. Behind the scenes, we have a quicker way to get them up, and there's another improvement coming in a couple weeks. With that, it's another behind-the-scenes thing that saves us time on the back end, the part you don't see. So I'd like to tell you, I'm very pleased with most of everyone's progress. At least everyone that sends videos has made a really good improvement. You know, and it's really nice to see. It's very neat for me to see it like kind of remotely, you know, because I know this stuff works, you know. The other thing is, I wish more people would send videos, you know. Don't think that because you know, it's one thing to know a concept and to understand it, because that's easy, because I make it really easy. But to actually do it on the guitar, you know, don't fool yourself into thinking that you know it. Because I would bet that everyone can understand the concept, but I would bet that maybe less than half can actually perform it, okay? It's just a guess on my part. So I would encourage you to send videos, okay? Now, the thing that keeps coming up is comping, okay? And about the rhythms. Let me explain to you what comping is, okay? The word comping comes from the word accompaniment, okay? Now, your job when you're an accompanist, a comper, is to make the soloist or the singer sound better, okay? So I can show you chord voicings, okay, that work, where to put an extension, where not to put an extension, okay? Take a look at Pierre's video on How High the Moon. And at one point he plays a G major 7th, and there's an F sharp on the top, and the melody note is G. So you get that half step. So that's one of the things you need to avoid. So it's important to learn the melody of a tune, okay? You can't comp well without the melody, okay? That's number one. Number two, if you play for a singer, you need to know the words or you're lost, okay? You can't do it, okay? The other thing is people ask me about rhythms. Well, the rhythms would depend on what the soloist is playing and what the melody is doing, okay? So there's no answer to that. Without having a melody part or someone singing or someone soloing, there is no answer, okay? The rhythms aren't infinite, okay? I could give you basic rhythms, you know, but that's not going to work all the time. You could go, if it's a B-flat blues, now, that may not work on if somebody's playing a solo. It'll sound terrible. You just can't, you know, just play without listening to the soloist, okay? Basic rule of thumb is you don't want to cover him up, okay? And you don't want to kind of like force changes on him, you know? You have to follow the soloist, okay? Now, if it's somebody you get to play with a lot and you find that the soloist is also listening to you, then maybe sometimes you can lead them around, but just a bit. Remember, he's playing a solo. You're just there to make him sound good, okay? So I hope that clears that up. I can't make a lesson on rhythms. It's impossible without hearing the music, okay? That's dumb. It's false information, and it's not going to work. Okay, now that's our December video. Now it's in two parts because I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to play a blues track in B flat, and I'm not going to put a solo. Okay, I'm just going to comp with a piano player. Okay, and I want you to notice how I stay out of his way. Now, before we do that, I'm going to show you a few small chords that will work.